Hello, 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 and welcome back to Sassy Son of Belle. We are on episode 23, and today we're going to be talking about a bunch of stuff. You're probably one of those, I happen to agree with you that group chats are super annoying. They are annoying. I hate group chats with a passion. My work has one, and I mostly tune it out unless my boss sends me a schedule, because that's the only time I really pay attention to. Unless there's annoying group chatter going on. Yeah. But anyway, before I dive into all of that, if you're new here, hit that like button, ring that bell for notification. Also, please subscribe. Help a girl out. Um, with that little introduction out of the way, um, I think we should go over some TikTok finds real quick, because can't start this episode off without doing a TikTok find. And one of these is my personal favorite. I made sure to find this TikTok as soon as I saw what happened to it. It's made my day. Listen, the Iron Bowl, it's been rivalry week in college football, so this episode with Georgia, this little TikTok with Georgia, just made my whole entire day. And I think you're gonna want to have to see this. If you're not a Georgia fan and you hate Georgia, or if you're a Georgia Tech fan, then you might want to skip past this part if I had to tell you so. Because I ain't changing my mind on this, because this part made my day.
1 second of glory or a Georgia win. King cranks it up. It is denied. It is batted down and denied.
Look, Georgia really went in saying, hey, we're going to the playoffs. We're going to the SEC championship. We're going to show you why. Granted, they went up against Georgia Tech, and Georgia Tech's had a soft season, if I'm being brutally honest about this one right now. But the way they just walked, the way that happened, and him just waving to the crowd, it made my absolute day just seeing that. I'm not a Georgia fan by no means, but I will support Georgia. We all know there's two teams in college football I hate the most. Georgia is not one of them. I actually do like Georgia. I wouldn't wear Georgia colors, but I will support them like I'm supporting them on Saturday. Because I know you cannot put two teams up against each other in the same season and expect the same outcome. Did 2011 not teach us anything, for crying out loud? But here's another TikTok find that I think you might enjoy as well. I definitely enjoyed it.
The true. Um.
Okay, can we just agree that I love how he was just like, if I stand here, she doesn't see me. Kind of like, when Alex Russo was getting in trouble by Larry Tate, something kind of like that almost. I love wiener dogs. They're so cute. They're also so clingy. They're so good. I used to have one, for crying out loud. They're adorable. They're adorable. I will say that. But the fact that he was like saying, "If I stand here, she doesn't see me. I don't get in trouble." So like he just wasn't caught being bad for no reason at all. I'm like, why, dude? Like, why? You're too cute for your own good, but I'll give you that, but still. But oh my gosh. Here's our next TikTok find that I think you might find enjoyable. I personally did.
Got me tripping, stumbling, flipping, fumbling.
Listen, I can't begin to tell you how many times that happens on a daily basis for a girl. Like, do you know how many times we get a bruise and we're like, oh, how'd that get there? Like, we're not even upset about it. We're just like, I don't know how this got there, but I'm just also very curious, like, how'd that get there? And it's also part of a daily occurrence for us girls, if you stop and truly think about it. And I know guys are like, how do you guys get so many bruises, don't know what happened, but yet you're okay with it? Listen, if I'm being honest, I can't tell you how many bruises I've gotten where I'm like, cool, how'd that get there? And I'm just like, but why? Like, guys truly don't understand how we collect bruises. It is so funny. It is weird though, because like, the bruises we can't explain how they got there. They're just part of being a girl. Period cramps are one thing, part of being a girl, but also those unexplained bruises are another thing. It's just obvious, right? But here, okay, I'm gonna move on to our next topic about kids being savages. Before I show y'all these TikToks, I just want to say, I'm not a mom. I am an aunt. And I would be proud. And I feel for my future daughter. I really do. I really do. But here's some kids being savages.
Okay, class, finish this phrase. Hear no evil, see no evil.
Helen Keller.
No, speak no... Okay, class, what was the first black-owned business? Yes.
United States of America.
No, it... Okay, class, if you wanted to go build sandcastles with your grandparents, where's one place you might go? Yes.
The crematorium.
No, why would you...
You like girls?
Bro, chill. He's like 9.
Learn basketball before you talk about that. Then you'll actually get stuff.
No, I remember this one time. I was with my best friend and her daughter, Nevaeh, my goddaughter. She had said something, and her mom and I wanted so hard to die out. I wanted so hard to laugh, so hard. Her mom had to look at me and go, because she had the same look on her face, telling me, "Don't laugh, don't you dare laugh," because she knew if I laughed, she was gonna laugh. But I'm telling you, my goddaughter, though, I have her. She's gonna be the one I have trained to smuggle all the contraband to a nursing home for me. I already know it. There's a special bond you have with that firstborn niece or nephew. I don't care what anyone says. That's a special bond right there. But oh my gosh, kids are savages. And why is it always the children that they'll literally tell you how they feel? They don't care, and they just love her. They don't mind hurting your feelings when it comes down to it. They really don't, and it's amazing. Like kids have no filter, and I love it. But moving on from that, let's do some cooking fails. Look, holidays is if you're not a cooker during the holidays, is not the time to be trying to attempt to show off your cooking skills. I'm just saying. But here's some funny TikToks just for y'all to watch for cooking fails.
I want to break free.
I burnt my spaghetti sauce. But hey, look on the bright side. At least I know the non-stick is working.
Okay, so I just asked Peter to put 2 whole eggs in here to make creme brulee.
I'm gonna cry. I worked so hard on this. And it's still jiggly. Oh,
Somebody once told me the world is gone.
Okay, my first question is, how do you burn spaghetti sauce like that? Just how? Just tell me how do you do that? I know someone who can burn boiling water. I'm not joking on that one. Like I'll say this again: cooking holidays is not the time for you to be attempting to show off cooking skills. Especially if you're not a baker or anything like that. Leave it to the professionals. There's a reason you're stuck bringing rolls, ice, um, paper plates, and stuff like that to the potluck. There's a reason, and we're trying to be nice without hurting your feelings. But if you know, you know. But also, I want to show y'all this one TikTok I found about group chats and why I hate some group chats. And we'll go into my reaction on group chats here momentarily.
This is quite a treasure trove of information. The challenge now is to make some sense of it.
Oh my gosh. I can't begin to tell you how much I hate group chats. Especially like work group chats when they're supposed to be just for work, honestly. Also, I hate participating in group chats. Every once in a while, I'll chime in with something. I'm like, cool. Or I'll look at them and I'll go back and check them. Like when I get multiple notifications about, oh, you have multiple, and I'm like, gosh, how many times? Like, I love y'all, but I don't want to talk to y'all this much. Please, please, can we not talk this much? But the work group chat is super annoying, especially. Now, on the other hand, do y'all know the Sydney Joe group chats on TikTok right now? Hilarious. I love them. I love them. They're one of my favorites. I will say that. But I hate group chats. They're super annoying. They're like, why? Just give me my schedule. That's all I want. Or when there's multiple, when like a lot's going on, you look like there's 72 different messages. Yes, I am what I have had that happen to me. Like, I had not checked the group chat in like almost 2 weeks, and there was like 72 different messages. In my defense, I'm working. Also, I just don't feel like having to blow. I don't feel like having to listen to it all the time. My church group chat. Be honest with y'all. My mom knows this. I literally told her like, look, if it's just important, you can just tell me. Um, you can just tell me like, send me a private message, private text message, or call me. Because I'm tuning y'all out on that group chat. There's just a lot going on with that group chat. And a lot of people are taking it out of context, like what it's supposed to be used for. And she agreed with me on that one. My dad even had to say, like, this is just for notifications only, guys. But yeah. But moving on, let's talk about the conference championships coming up. Past week was rivalry week in college football. Yeah. Congratulations, Ole Miss. Lane Kiffin, I heard you might be going to LSU. I think it's very inappropriate you chose now to announce it when knowing you're playoff bound. Like, you should have waited till after football season, honestly. I really think so. Now, with that being said, let's talk about um some conference championships happening this weekend. Specifically, the Big Ten. Be happening in Indianapolis, 8 o'clock on Saturday, with Ohio State and Indiana. Y'all already know who I'm rooting for on this one. Indiana's number 2 in the country right now. Ohio State's, unfortunately and begrudgingly, is number 1. I want Indiana to win this game. I think Indiana's going to win this game. There's a reason Indiana's number 2. Ohio State, you just had. By the way, Ohio State, I want that rematch against Texas. I really do. That game should not have been held in the first place during the first week of college football. Um, then there's the SEC Championship, which is in Atlanta at 3 o'clock on Saturday. And it's going to be Georgia and Alabama. Now, here's the thing about this messed up situation. It was supposed to be Georgia and Texas A&M, but Texas A&M had to screw up and choke, like I knew they would do. Yes, I was happy Texas won, but at the same time, A&M should have won this game because that meant Alabama would have a chance to go to the playoffs. And with Alabama unfortunately winning on Saturday to Auburn, y'all see my rant about that. You can go check out my episode on that one. That means they secured their spot in the SEC championship. But they're number 10 still in the rankings, so this game could knock them out when they lose. And I say, because here's the thing. You cannot put two teams up against each other in the same season and expect the same outcome every time. 2011 taught us that with LSU and Alabama. Now, when Georgia wins, I'm going to enjoy this because I really want to see how far Alabama gets knocked down. Because they will still get a bowl game, they just won't be playoff eligible. Then there's the ACC conference with this matchup surprised me. Like, honestly, it's Virginia and Duke. I did not expect those two to be in the ACC conference at all, whatsoever. That's 8 o'clock on Saturday. That's gonna be a hell of a matchup to see. But that is it for this episode. Y'all can join me next time as we talk about who knows what. Y'all have a great day. Have a great things. I can't say Thanksgiving anymore. Have a good week going into the playoff. Good week as the SEC championship comes up, and you'll find me next week as we talk about the outcome of that, and we'll start talking more and more about different stuff. And we all have a Christmas special getting ready to come out, so you'll be seeing that here soon too. But y'all have a great day.